Hello, good morning. The topic that I'm going to talk about is rules of table tennis and its service and footwork. So, these following rules of table tennis were summarized of USA table tennis, whether it is like ping pong, table tennis, whiff waff, like that. So, let's begin to the first. First is that games are played to 11 points. A game is played to 11 points. A game must be won by 2 points. A match is generally the best 3 of 5 games. Second is alternate serves every 2 points. Each side of the table alternates serving 2 points at a time. Remember this, there's an exemption. After tied 10 to 10, service alternates at every point. Can you lose on a serve in a ping pong? Yes, there is no separate rule for serving on game point. Next is the third one. Toss the ball straight up when serving. How do you serve the ball in ping pong? Hold the ball in your open palm behind your end of the table. Toss at least 6 straight up and strike it on the way down. It must hit your side of the table and then the other side. Take note, once the ball leaves the service hands it is in play and so counts as the receiver's point if the ball is missed or mishit. The fourth is the serve can land anywhere in singles. There is no restriction on where the ball lands on your side or your opponent's side of the table. It can bounce 2 or more times on your opponent's side, whether if so that is your point. Bounce over this side or even hit the edge. Next is the fifth. Doubles serves must go right court to right court. The serve must bounce in the server's right court and server's right court. Take note, landing on center line is fair. Doubles partners switch places after their team serves twice. Next is the sixth. A serve that touches the net on the way over is a let. Can the ball hit the net in ping pong? Yes, during a rally if it touches the top of the net and then otherwise lands as a legitimate hit, but not when serving. If a served ball hits the net on the way over and otherwise legally bounces in play, it's a let. It's a let serve and is done over. There is no limit on how many times this can happen. Next is alternate hitting in a doubles rally. Doubles partners must alternate hitting balls in a rally, no matter where the ball lands on the table. Next is volleys are not allowed. Can you hit the ball before it bounces in ping pong? No. In regular tennis, you may volley the ball, hitting the ball before it bounces on your side of the net. But in table tennis, this results in a point for your opponent. Take note, when your opponent hits a ball that sails over your end of the table without touching it, and then it hits you or your paddle, that is still your point. Next, if your hit bounces back over the net by itself, it is your point. If you hit the ball in a rally or in a serve and it bounces back over the net after hitting your opponent's side of the table due to extreme spin, without your opponent touching it, that is your point. Next is touching the ball with your paddle hand is allowed. What happens if the ball hits your finger or hand during a ping pong rally? If the ball touches your paddle hand and otherwise results in a legal hit, there is no rule violation and play shall continue as usual, as normal either. Your paddle hand includes all fingers and hand area below the wrist. But what if the ball touches a player's body anywhere else during a ping pong rally. You may not touch the ball with your non-paddle hand for any reason. It will result in a point for your opponent. But if your opponent's hit sails over your side of the table without touching it and hits any part of you or your paddle, that is still your point. Next is, you may not touch the table with your non-paddle hand. You may touch the ball or the table with your paddle hand after reaching it to return a short serve, for example, or other parts of your body. Take note, if the table moves at all from your touching it during a rally, that is your opponent's point. Next is an edge ball bouncing off the horizontal tabletop surface is good. And otherwise, legal serve or hit may contact the top edge of the horizontal tabletop surface and be counted as valid, even if it bounces sidewise. The vertical sides of the table are not part of the legal playing surface. Lastly is, honor system applies to disagreements. If no referee is present during a match and the players disagree on a certain call, the honor system applies and the players should find a way to agree or play the point over. Ping pong carries a tradition of fierce but fair play. That is all about the rules of table tennis, and we're going to proceed of the services and footwork. First thing first, stance and footwork. Before hitting your first shot, it's worth getting your body in the right position. A correct and stance in relation to the table depends to some degree on your grip and whether you are attacking, defending, or serving the ball. However, even as your arm position and placement relative to the table changes, you should always have the correct stance and body posture. The right stance gives you the balance, stability, and range of movement you need to play the game. Here, for the feet. Your feet should be wide, about 1.5 or more shoulder widths apart so that you can quickly move side to side. Keep your non-dominant foot slightly ahead of the other. For right-handed people, this means keeping your left foot slightly closer to the table. For left-handed people, it is the opposite. Next is ankles and knees. Keep your knees and ankles slightly bent and flexible, with your weight forward on your toes. This keeps your body ready to move forward or backward as needed. Like that in the picture here. The back and shoulders. Keep your upper body slightly bent at the waist, with the bent ankles, knees, and waist, and your shoulders forward. Your whole body is in a slightly crouched position, ready to spring into action. Next is the arms. Your arms should be in front of your body with your elbow and paddle in front of you. This is when holding the paddle. The exact position of your hands and arms in your stance depends on your grip or how you handle the bat. There are two basic grips in table tennis: the shake hand grip and the pen hold grip. The different types of grip have specific variation for your hand position and the paddle depending on your preference and style of play. Like this in the picture provided here. That is how you hold the paddle. Each grip has advantages and disadvantages, but it also important to choose the grip that is comfortable and natural for you. Once you have mastered a basic grip, you may want to learn more advanced grips to further improve your game and give you more options. So these are the 4 basic table tennis strokes. The 4 basic strokes of table tennis are necessary to master forehand and backhand attack and the defense. This is for the forehand drive. The forehand drive is the most basic and fundamental ping pong stroke. It returns aggressive or attacking strokes and lands your ball close to the opponent's baseline or sideline. With a forehand drive, you rotate your body to the ball to the back to add power to the ball. So rotate the upper body away and transfers your weight onto your back foot, moving your arms straight back. As soon as the ball hits your side of the table, rotate your body towards it, shifting your weight forward and hit the ball at the peak of the bounce, adding speed at impact to impart spin. After you have struck the ball, continue the motion to rest with your paddle pointing upward. Next is the backhand drive. The backhand drive is the mirror of the forehand drive, intended to return attacking shots and land the ball at the opponent's baseline. To deliver a backhand drive, stand with your torso in the path of the ball rather than reaching with your arm. And keep your stance angled toward the table with your free arm pointed toward the ball. Your waist should bend forward and lift upward as you move your paddle arm forward and upward, hitting the ball at the top of its bounce and completing the forward and upward motion like that. Next is backhand push. The backhand push returns short balls, and prevents your opponent from making an attacking return. As with the backhand drive, your body should be positioned in line with the ball, rather than reaching to the side with your arm. Sweep your arm forward from your chest, letting the paddles swiftly brush underneath the ball and its peak. Aiming downward towards the table or forward to the net imparts various amounts of spin. So this is a controlled stroke. Next is forehand push. The forward push is also designed for returning short balls and preventing attacking shots, like the forehand drive. You stand with the dominant foot slightly back and rotate the upper body to accentuate the motion of the paddle. However, unlike the forehand drive, you do a smaller backswing, rotating your wrist forward through the range of motion, and keep your paddle open to brush beneath the ball. Next is for the serving. A table tennis serve is the final basic skill, and it's a crucial skill since the serve is the only time you have to complete control of the ball in the game. There are a number of different types of serves, each with different pros and cons, but the basic remains the same. The serve in table tennis, here is the following serve. First is balance the ball in the palm of your free hand with the hand open. Second is throw the ball vertically upward so that it rises at least 6 inches above your hand. Third is that as the ball drops, hit it with your chosen stroke, ensuring that it bounces on your side of the table, goes over the net and bounces on your opponent's side of the table. But there is a lot more to a good table tennis serve than the above description. So that would be all about the official rules of table tennis and its service and footwork. Thank you and good morning.